So I'm gonna just get right into it. Excuse me. Today I want to talk about, I want to talk about the misconceptions that society has about Black women, and I want to talk about that because I am a Black woman. So I think that I do have a good understanding about what it is to be a Black woman, and really the truth about us. And one of the biggest things I see a lot that is talked about a lot is the fact that Black women are not submissive, that we are extremely argumentative, and that we don't know how to cater to our man. Um, we'll start with those. Now, I find it interesting that a whole group of women could be classified under such a distinct umbrella with these characteristics. And I won't say that they are all wrong, but there's a cause for everything, and our behavior is just the effect. The cause was slavery. And yeah, before you go there, chill. I'm not about to victimize us. I'm not about to portray us in that light because we're more than that. But what I will say is that, is it possible that Black women as a whole are generally not submissive because it was beaten out of us? Like, it was literally beaten out of us during slavery. I mean, I can't imagine how hard it would have been to submit to my man after I just got raped by another, while he knew what was happening. I couldn't imagine. Can we just, and I don't want to absorb it really, but I just want to think on that for a moment. What it was to be a Black woman back in that time, and to, we see the movies, and I'm sure some of it is accurate. To come back to my little cabin or shed or whatever where I live with my husband and my children after the master just had his way with me, and my husband is here, waiting for me? What is that? And I'm not trying to bash nobody. I'm just really trying to think about it. Like, have we ever really thought about that? Maybe it was beaten out of us. Maybe it was raped out of us. Our submissive ways. Because we had to become aggressive. We had to protect ourselves. We at least we felt like we had to try, and we had to protect our children because we weren't being protected. I'm just thinking, It sounds like it makes sense to me. And so now, years of that abuse, and then years of being single mothers, years of being molested by uncles and brothers. That's a lot. And again, I'm just having a discussion. I'm not trying to bash anybody or point any fingers. I'm just thinking, have we ever thought about this? Maybe our submission was taken from us when everything else was. Hmm. Black women are very aggressive, very domineering. We can be, but because we had to be. And so, for those who would say, well, that happened so many years ago, slavery was so long ago. Well, I mean, they are our ancestors, and DNA is information that's passed on through the family line. So, I just, I think if we just looked at the cause, everything has a root. Like an abused animal, how does an abused animal act? They are not trusting. Even if you try to offer them food or shelter or water, they'll bark at you, hiss at you, bite at you, you know, growl, bare its teeth at you, whatever, to protect itself because it's acting out of fear. That's all it knows. And so what do we do with the abused animal? We take it to the special place with the special people that are trained in this area and know exactly how to reach the animal and rehabilitate it. They take their time, some longer than others. They never scold the animal. They never chastise the animal for acting like an abused animal acts. They understand the animal. They take time with the animal. They show love to the animal. And so I'm just wondering, why don't we treat people like we treat animals? We all need each other. No matter how independent you are, you can have your own farm and collect rainwater from the sky and have solar panels and be completely independent. But if someone moves in on your land and claims it as their own, and build tunnels and pipes underground, and it starts to affect your water supply, and the fish are dying, it's affecting your food supply, and the ground is getting messed up, it's affecting your crops. Now you are dependent on that person that is affecting your life. And if y'all don't reach a solution, now your livelihood is at stake. So you see, we're never really able to be completely on our own. As long as we're cohabitating on this earth plane. And I think it would really benefit us if we could just take our time and be more gentle and more understanding, more loving, more caring. Treat people like animals. I think Black women are submissive. We've been submissive. We submit every day. I just think because we have been built to be so strong mentally, I'm talking, that maybe it's just hard for us to put the guard down sometimes. But I feel like if you take your time and just really try to understand what people go through every day in their own way, how hard it must be just to get up sometimes. I think if we just really saw how human we all are, I mean, everyone, the McDonald's cashier, doing Uber and doing hair gives me the opportunity to really interact with people on a personal level and to hear some of the struggles that people face daily. It's heavy. My grandmother, she always told me, she said, you think your problems is something. She said, she said, if you was in a group of 20 and they all put their problems in a circle, put all they, wrote it down, put it on postcards, put all their problems in a circle, and you saw them, she said, you'd be scrambling to pick yours back up. I never forget that. And she's right. She's right. Because that just means something could always be worse. So it doesn't take away from what you're going through. It doesn't make it any less valid. It just means that it could always be worse. Black women, We just need a little bit more. We just need a little bit more. We need a reason to submit at this point. And if you feel like that's too much work, then that's cool. That's valid. But maybe just look at the root of the problem and it could be fixed.